Here's our first step into creating custom pointers. First, a minor review of what we just talked about with our variable declaration and display. There's going to be 3 overall steps that I talk about when creation of the pointer and the link in the next couple of videos, so just heads up on that. But when we do a normal variable of int sum equals 10, and we just do our cout sum of 10, cout sum, you know it's going to display 10. But the interesting part about this is that if I did a cout and an ampersand, which means address of, and you should see that again when we get into functions, when we give it the address of sum, then it'll go ahead and display the 9,000, or what is it, 90 million again? Now, by the way, is it going to be 90 million in your particular computer? No. It's going to be some number. It's going to be some hexadecimal number, though. And each time, matter of fact, it'll probably be a little bit different because your OS is cleaning up some things. You're playing those games that you shouldn't be and all that stuff. But it will come up with an address that's somewhere on your computer's memory each time. But the ampersand is the important part. It's telling us that's the address. It's the first part of that entire 4-bit sequence for sum. Now that's just a normal variable. What happens when we create our custom pointer? So first of all, notice I did this intentionally. Notice the star is actually towards the int this time. Again, notice I talked about the space. It doesn't matter exactly where the star is, just as long as it's in between the int and the pointer. Pointer 1 equals the address of sum. So notice, by the way, I have an already established variable called sum. It has the value already in there, and I have the pointer pointing to the address. Notice I don't have it directly pointing to the 10 because frankly it can't. Again, a variable only has 2 values it can point to, an address or null. That's it. Now, I've set it up to be that point to a certain address of a variable. Here's the interesting part. This first line, if I did not put that ampersand in there, it would go ahead and give me an error. Because remember, pointer only has 2 things, null and an address of a variable. That's it. So if I couted my pointer 1, it would actually go ahead and display the address of sum. Now, is that dangerous? We'll get into that a little bit. But again, notice the literal value of the pointer is the address, not 10. It is just the address. Let's move on from there.